the Connor Cook story just briefly.
Please follow. I'm at Elrick, and then it's Drew Mike Podcast at Twitter. So I guess we're.
She tweets a lot about me. Every once in a while, I'll tweet.
Like every 6 minutes.
This is kind of interesting. Somebody sent me something. I'm trying to think of where it was from. It was from, oh God, it's a sports website that.
Don't say the name.
It's a Detroit sports website.
Don't say that. This puke isn't even worth being mentioned. The only time we should mention him is for his obituary. Except no one will care when he's dead.
Well, I'm just trying to give credit where credit's due, and it's not even a big deal, to be honest. Oh God, Detroit Sports Rag. Is that the one you were thinking of?
That's the one I was trying not to think of. I don't even like to acknowledge their existence.
Well, I guess I should have just brought it up and said it came from somewhere. But anyway.
From some little child.
Where if I feel something deserves a source, I try to do my best. I try to be fair. If it's somebody I like or I don't like or in between.
This is truly giving the devil his due.
Well,
how old is this kid?
Anyway, this website put out something on Connor Cook's father's Twitter.
Which was interesting.
Did you see it? It was very interesting. Yeah. And that's why I'm giving him credit, because I thought it was interesting. And it was really weird. And I think the speculation was, is this what the deal is with Connor Cook? Is this why he's a fourth-round draft pick? Are his parents flaky? Is his family flaky? Is he flaky?
I must say, I think I had a lot to do with that, okay?
His father is definitely a little strange on Twitter. Let there be no doubt about that.
He is not politically correct.
No, not even close.
And it's beyond that. His dad says some stuff that I think is not right. But certainly, even if you feel that way, most people have the sense not to say it out loud.
Well, I feel bad for Connor Cook, because what are you going to do? You say, Dad, stop being an asshole.
Is it offensive? You tell me. Oh, really? I'm sorry about that.
If you were to judge me based on my dad, there could not be two more different dudes in the world than me and my dad. And I understand that can be really bad. But
but he's a dorky guy, and he's saying stupid things. He's threatening people. Some guy says something's not a personal foul or something. He goes apeshit on the guy. If I were there, I'd kick your ass or something. It's really stupid stuff.
He's put some. I think, based on the few that I saw, some prejudiced things out there. Yeah. Some things that I think Connor Cook's teammates would probably say, "Oh, really?" Okay.
Well, they probably feel sorry for him, to be honest, because it's not Connor Cook; it's his dad. I mean, what could be worse than having a father who embarrasses you on a regular basis on Twitter?
Yeah, not everyone is blessed with having Ward Cleaver for a father. Some people have Board Cleaver,
and we don't. He would probably kill for Ward Cleaver. We just don't know. Why isn't he a cap? Why wasn't he a captain? What was the deal? I mean, what quarterback as good as Connor Cook was not the captain of their football team? I can't even think of one.
Yeah, but you have to. Well, hell, Stafford was a captain. So come on, it's not.
I'm serious.
Tough,
I can't think of one.
No, I understand, but Michigan State has this leadership committee. He's on the leadership committee.
Oh, I know.
Some of the other guys who were on there were, one guy I think was a former walk-on, and there were some other seniors. To me, it seems like one of those things where you say, well, this guy is going to be the number 1 overall draft pick. Do we have to make him a captain, too, when we have these other guys who might not play after this season? We should honor them as well.
Sounds like spin to me.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the thinking was. I wasn't in the locker room, and unlike a lot of these trolls, I'm not going to pretend that I know what happened. But
I don't either. It was weird when he wasn't captain his junior year, because he had a great sophomore year.
It was.
Didn't he have a good sophomore year? Or he had a good wrap to the season?
No. Every year was good. I too, when they announced the captains, was stunned that Connor Cook was not a captain. But I didn't immediately say to myself, he must be hated.
I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just not really a leader type. I don't know. Who knows? But there's something there.
Or maybe he said, I am such a leader that I don't
want the label.
I don't need a patch on my shirt to tell people I'm a leader. What I do on Saturday is lead, and it speaks for itself, and that's kind of Cook for you right there.
Okay.
Or he's a psychopath. I don't know. Could be either one. Or somewhere in between.
Who knows? But I thought
But I'll tell you who doesn't know. Every one of these little barf bags online saying exactly what they think happened because they have no idea.
No, they don't.
No idea. These are the same guys that say these horrible, horrible things about people and about players and coaches, but never show up at the press conference, never show up in the locker room, never show up on the field to stand behind their words because they wouldn't get pounded into the ground. I mean, most of these guys, even the college and high school guys, are above that, but because they're cowards, they are straight up cowards with keyboards.
Well, I heard, I'm not a fan of these people who you'll never know who they are. You'll see their address or whatever, and that's about it. But they have these incredibly strident, these violent complaints, and these really dramatic accusations. Usually I see it when I'm nowhere near it. If it's a thread about me on the internet and I bump into it, because I don't go searching on myself. But every now and then, if I used to go on the radio and TV buzzboard, for example. And what an obnoxious place that is, by the way. If you want to see shitty things written about me, by all means, go there.
You know what Kevin Dietz calls those guys, the nerdy dozen.
Is that what it is? It's just a dozen people?
Well, it's a lot of the same people, but it's great when you see something on it. It's always something like, were you listening to Drew and Mike the other day? Because there was like 0.5 seconds of dead air. Now, I don't know who's running that show over there, but I don't have no dead air where I am. And you're like, who are you? What are you doing? Is this what you're doing?
Sorry if I offended you.
You know what I watched over there one day? Somebody was saying that
I love everybody on the buzzboard, by the way, so please don't say anything mean about me.
Somebody said something about
I have no idea who you guys are because you're all hiding.
Somebody was suggesting that Mike and I should be doing a show at some place. I don't even remember where. And somebody else came along and said, oh, no, they're both dead in the water. Or no, they were suggesting that I do a show on a station. And somebody came in and said, oh, no, he's dead without Mike. He has no ratings. And another person jumps in and said, oh, come on, he's got to have some ratings. I listen to him and all my friends at work listen to him. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this third person comes in and says, no, his station's ranked 19th or something like that. If he was top 10, they probably, they could probably do something. Well, and while this conversation was going on, by the way, we were fourth.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I watched the two people who said I had no ratings, convinced the person that insisted I have ratings, talked him out of him thinking that we did have ratings, and then just insisting that, well, I don't care if he has ratings, I like a show anyway. But it's one of those things. It's like, oh my God, what alternate universe is going on as the world spins?
To me, the less time and effort spent thinking about those people or dealing with those people, the better, because they get you all worked up. But then all of a sudden, it's like punching ghosts. And exactly what you said about the numbers, they will argue wrong things. And be so convincing and dig in and you don't know whether they're legitimately wrong or innocently wrong, or whether they just haven't bothered to check. And after a while, you're just like, you know what? Everything I do, you see me, you hear me, you read my name. I stand by what I have to say, and it's usually pretty thoroughly checked. So take that for what it's worth. But some guy who's like TV Wizard 9000, who thinks that I should part my hair on the right instead of on the left. On the left instead of on the right. I can't tell. Mirrors mess me up. But it's like, who gives a toss what that scrub has to say?
Pussy.
Well, I'm just intrigued by who are these people that are so negative about me? In other words, what is it that has them so up in arms that I suck, or that I've sucked for the last 10 years?
They love you. This is like the guy who killed my sister Sam. He's an obsessed fan. This is how they got Selena. You should be worried about these guys. Like, if I kill Drew and make a suit out of his skin, can I become Drew? And if I do, will Mike notice?
Well, it's interesting.
They're creepy. I mean, this is bleh.
Well, they know an awful lot for someone who is so negative and insists that he's been phoning it in for 10 years or whatever somebody says, and they say some really incredible things that there's no way they can even know. First of all, I find myself going, well, by things that you're referencing, it sounds like you do listen.
Oh, absolutely.
So why are you listening? And there's this other guy. This is the one that actually got me a little bit batty. I'm much more thick-skinned than I used to be. In fact, I didn't used to go online and read things because I just didn't want to read them. It's like, well, there's so many people who become so emboldened, or they just want to bring you down, or whatever it is, that there's no point in going on there, because you're inclined to think, at some point you might be inclined to think, oh, this is what people really think, so I should be really unhappy right now. And the web is such a poor representation of what reality is. But anyway, the point is, when I blew up at 105.1, the next morning, Derry and Sharp were taking over, and somebody came
really
on.
well.
You're doing awesome.
Thank you very much. They were saying, some guy came on there and said, no, it was after Derry and Sharp got fired. That's when it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't even me. People came on there going, well, they never should have got rid of Drew. Drew should still be on there, blah, blah, blah. And there was 3 or 4 people. They were great comments. Thank you. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I'm kind of flattered. And then, boom, here comes this guy. Oh, you and his 3 other fans or something like that. And then he mentioned that, he didn't belong on a sports station. All he did was talk to white boy Rick. It's like,